Push the weight enough flex. Flex the live is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon. Motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Let's just get to it, man. Let me do this roll call real quick because I need to get out of here on time. I got a lot to do today. Let me do this roll call. JR Boxing, G McCall, Nada 86, Columbia, IROC, Sensei's in the building, salute. Bernard Gilbert, Aaron Butler, salute, good brother. Come on in, smash the like button, hype the video, like the video, share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Red Blast and Miguel to do anything for us. We do it for ourselves. Let's get right to the smoke, man. Let's get right to the smoke. What will stop Undisputed at 147? Coach Hudson, I see you, good brother. What's going to stop Undisputed at 147? Now, let me tell you what I thought. And it's boxing. Things are subject to change. I thought the most difficult part would be the IBF route. I thought that would have been the most difficult part would be the IBF route. That's what I thought. At no point did I feel that the WBA route would be an issue. At no point. I got something to show y'all though. I don't know if y'all let me get this picture up for y'all. I don't know if y'all saw my post or not. Let me grab this pic for y'all real quick. Speaking of the WBA. Bear with me. Oh boy. What do y'all know about the WBA's mascot? What do y'all know about that? What do y'all know about that? You might not know. Yeah, that's okay. Just downloaded this shit. Where is it? I know about Salomon. Y'all know about that? Salomon. Well, I could show you better than I can tell you. Y'all seen this? I just saw this over the weekend. And Drew, why are you making everything racist? You know, if you look it up, it's supposed to be a representation of strength in anti-drugs and all this other shit. Strength in anti-drugs. Something about that. Strength in a clean sport and anti-drugs. And their mascot is a monkey named Solomon. And in that ring, and this was on the Pacheco undercard, and I think it was, in that ring, I see this thing bouncing around, and I thought I saw Franchon Cruz Dezern in there, and I saw Roberto Duran there, and I saw who is a monkey, Bernard Hopkins was there, and I'm like, what's this monkey? What is that? So, you know, I went to Google, and this is a representation of anti-drugs and strength. Y'all ever, you know, y'all remember Michael Fox and what the WBA did to him? They allowed a equipment cheat to get to the ring, and he whooped his ass and still got robbed. And then he wrote a letter in protest, and they said, we've investigated ourselves and we didn't see any wrongdoing. So take that L. Remember that? Right. Y'all remember this bitch? Gloria Martinez. Y'all remember her? I will never let you forget her. She was online on Twitter calling Michelle Obama a monkey. A monkey. You could have called her the B word. You could have called her a man. You know, the Republican Party and the Latinos who felt they had white privilege was calling us monkey. They were doing that. They're good for that. They were calling her a man. You could have did that, but they called her a monkey. She was very specific with monkey. How many black WBA champions has there been? A bunch. Now, how do you feel holding that belt, knowing that this MFer right here was in there calling shots? And what they did to Michael Fox was a tragedy. They tried to kill him with skin gloves, allowing that clown to get to the ring with skin gloves. Mike drops him in the second round. I forget that clown's name. But Mike proceeded to whoop his ass, and they robbed him. That's the WBA. And over the weekend, I see this. This is what I see. And by the way, they gave her a little slap on the wrist, but she was back at it. They were promoting a fight between two fighters. One of them was black, and she's standing there holding the WBA belt again. Thank you, True Boxing Night. Gabriel Mastre was that guy's name. Go watch the fight. If you think I'm making it up, it wasn't even close. I think Michael Fox wasn't even supposed to be fighting that night. I think he was on short notice. Mastre comes to the ring with skin gloves, which means he left the locker room. The gloves were signed by who? The commission. The ref catches it. No, I'm sorry. The Michael Fox team catches it. They bring it to the ref's attention. He says, oh yeah, it's not supposed to be that. And then he said, who signed off on these? You hear someone say, I didn't. So somebody signed off on skin gloves. But when we say that this is a dirtbag business and people be cheating, you don't want to hear it. So they've repaired the gloves in the ring. Y'all don't know what skin gloves is, but I covered this already. And then Gabriel went on there to get his ass whooped. He got dropped in the second round and all that. Who gets the nod? Gabriel Mastre, the Latino. Team Fox disputed it. Everybody that was in attendance was like, yeah, nah, I don't know about that one. What the hell was that? We've investigated ourselves and we found there was no wrongdoing. You got to be kidding me. And the reason why I brought up Gloria Martinez is because she was one of the judges that scored the fight for Gabriel Mastre. It's not about race. And I said, well, why was she? And then people started digging up things that she said about the Obamas, calling us, I'm talking about us because she's talking about black people, monkeys? That's very specific. That's very specific. Why that? She couldn't be a jerk, an a-hole. You look like a man. It couldn't be. Monkeys? And now look at their mascot. A representation of strength, drug-free. Right. You know what, man? These sanctioning bodies have literally given us their behind the kiss on more than one occasion. And shout out to Debo Dev, because it's not so much these belts are prestigious anymore, because they've literally devalued themselves by way of their behavior. Literally. But never mind that. I'm content. Dev always wants to fight the best. Always. Prove me wrong. You can't. Rhetorical question. Because every other fanatic, if you're a fanatic of Rolly or anybody, you're wrong. Now, what will stop Undisputed at 47? I thought the most difficult path would have been the IBF with Louis Crocker. Because why? That's Eddie Hearn's man. And I said, oh man, he done called Devin boring. I interviewed him Wednesday. The guy contradicted himself right in front of my face. I was trying to show y'all. The guy contradicted himself right in my face. I'm not making this up. He did it right in front of my face. He did it. So I said, man, he gonna keep Devin away from. I said, Devin may go belt collecting, and Louis Crocker will be the last person left. And show us shit. When he talked to Bill, because he's up for the fight, he said, all right, let's do it. But you know what he said to Bill? You ready to come to Belgium? Belgium. And Bill said, hey, man, it says world champion. So Dev will go anywhere. That's already been proven. In my mind, I'm like, why he got to go to Belgium, though? But that's an argument you ain't got to worry about from DHP. Oh, you want me to come kick your ass over there? I'll do it. No problem. You ain't got to worry about that. Are you ready to come to Belgium? Who the fuck is Louis Crocker? He's a champion. I have no data on him. And I watch boxing. I'm not even going to hold you. I have no data on this dude. I have to do it. He might be nice with it. I don't know. I'm telling you I don't know. But go to Belgium? For what? But you know what? That's an argument we don't have to go through. We don't have to deal with that, because you know why? Who was George Kambosos prior to Teofimo Lopez? And I said, Australia, why he got to go over there? But you know what? By the time Black in 78 was like, yo, Black, call Bill and tell Bill to tell Dev, forget it, don't even go. Dev was already up in the air. Because he's like that. And he didn't disappoint, did he? Road Warrior goes to Australia, dominates 24 rounds, comes back to the States and gets cheated in his own country by a goddamn racist. Devin ain't get cheated, then it's proven that he cheated. Instead of you clowns saying, yo, my bad, I ain't know that rhyme was like that. Y'all still holding on to it. And that's why I don't respect you niggas. And I stress that word niggas, because it's y'all. I don't respect you niggas. I don't like y'all. In fact, I hate y'all. I hate y'all. I'm dead serious. Let me tell you what happened last night. I was on the gram. Bill posted on that post that he put up, you know, the new vehicle that Dev brought him. He posted up. So, you know, I go in there and show my support. And, you know, there's haters in there. So, you know, they're lab rats to me. So I made a statement. And as usual, when I make a statement, they come to me. So I sparred with them. You know, it's comical. You know, the grown adolescent with a cloud of weed over his head like a halo. Why are you talking to me, dude? So then this other dude, he's talking crazy, and I'm like, bro, what are you get out of here. I'm talking boxing. What are you talking about? And everything was about Tank in there magically. Because, you know, Tank is a coward. That's it. He's a coward. And I'm having this dialogue with this dude. And I said, you know what? I had a lot to do yesterday. But by 8:30, I was free. I said, I'll tell you what, dude, I will DM you a StreamYard link. You click that link, we could come on and have a conversation. He said, you can call me on the Instagram. I said, I don't know you to call you, but I'm willing to have a conversation with you amongst our peers, and we can see who's right and who's wrong. He didn't know who he was talking to. And I said, well, you talking about a straight emotion, young man? He said, I'm probably older than you. I said, well, you might be, but if you're older than me, I'm reading your conversation. It's quite embarrassing. So he sent me a request because my page is private. I said, let me let this clown in to see, so he can see what he's dealing with. So I let him in, and I know he went through all my pictures and he saw what I do. His whole conversation changed. That's what I fucking thought. This is what I do. And then he made a cardinal mistake. He said, oh, you know Bill, so I could see why you biased. This has nothing to do with me knowing Bill and being biased. I follow the work. There's a lot of fighters that I'm cool with, but at some point in their career, I had questions. I keep it a stack everywhere I go. What you mean? Then he admits that he's from the Bay. I'm from Bill's side of town. So I don't have no real problem with him. I said, well, you from Bill's side of town? That makes it worse. I said, I didn't ask where you was from, but now that you've revealed that, it means nothing. Because you on here riding for Tank. For what? So I go on his Instagram. What do you think I see? He's a grown adolescent. He got dreads down to his hips. He looks like he's about my age or close, but he's wearing lime green Nikes, all kinds of stupid shit. So these are the type of people that don't follow the work. They follow what's popular. People have to qualify to have a conversation with you about the sport. So shut up and go away. And that was the end of that. Nigga literally said, what, you think you know more than me? I think I know more than you because you be in the gyms. I said, I be more in the gyms. What are you talking about? That's not even a portion of the body of work that I do on my Instagram. So I let him in. I ain't got nothing to hide in there. But he started to see some shit. Yeah, oh. Watch your goddamn mouth. Now back to the conversation of undisputed. The only reason why Devin wants to go undisputed is because that's where the history is. If you have a belt, you are guilty by association in the eyes of Debo Dev. You don't have to be the best. You're just in the way. Run that. You know what it is to have a belt and have Devin in your if Devin is in your division, you know what it is to be a champion in the division that Devin's in? I want y'all to think back the old school WWE. There was something called the Hardcore Champion. It was hilarious. Y'all remember that in the 90s? It was hilarious. It was a pain in the ass to have that belt. Willie Lowe, I see y'all. Salute. Tay, good morning. And that super chat, salute. She says, good morning, my bew, Baltimore style. Salute. I'm just cooking. I got to get through this because I got to get out of here on time. Y'all remember the Hardcore Champion? What was the stipulation being a Hardcore Champion? You could park the car by the arena and get out, and someone could jump on you and try and kick your ass and pin you in the street. You could be on your way home, getting in your bed, and they could jump out the closet and try and pin you. Thank you, Sam Mack. It was a 24/7 rule. It was the funniest thing. I would watch that and be in tears. It was so damn funny. But if you have a belt and Devin is in your goddamn division, that's what it feels like. You're the Hardcore Champion because he's on your bumper. If you drop it along the way, I'm like, oh, well, who has it? I want that. But if you're nice with it and you have a belt, that's what it is, right? What's all this ducking and dodging? From a pillow-fisted, chinny boy, right? What's all this ducking and dodging about? What's that? Pillow fist, chinny. And let me park here for a second. Gary Anton Russell. Dude, stop. Just stop. Stop it, man. Salute the Town Bears. I was watching this video, man. You know, amongst black fighters, this has turned into a goddamn minstrel show. You don't have to disrespect to get a shot. You don't believe any of the shit that you're saying. Plus, I've watched you lose, bro. A lucky punch against Brian Norman Jr. That was a lucky. No, it wasn't. It was a well-placed left hook. What ends up happening with these guys is that they talk, and their eyes ain't on the prize. You end up looking stupid along the way. I remember Blair the Flair was talking cash shit about Errol Spence and got in there and lost to that Mexican guy. Got knocked, he got stopped. Bro, you need to focus. Because Dev is in a very, very powerful position. He's the money guy. Believe it or not, he's the money guy. You want to fight Debo? Put yourself in a position to fight Debo. Sick of this. What about Gary Russell? Well, Gary Russell Jr., out the pandemic, we tried to make that. We did. A lot of y'all wasn't around for that. We tried to make that. It was made right here on YouTube. And Batman said, Pop said no. God rest both of them. Batman and their father that passed. Dad said no. DHP moved on. That's all that happened. So now Gary Anton is making some waves, and why are you talking, dude? Why are you talking? Do some work, bro. Put Devin in a position where he got to pay you attention. Come up to 47, get a belt or something. Do something, bro. Because at this point, talking don't get it. The only thing that remains consistent from the way things used to be done 10 years ago to today is What have you done? What have you done to get in the ring with Debo Death? Yeah, Delano, yeah, Mr. Gary Russell, you wasn't around for that. Do your research. We tried to make that fight. Batman is one of the brothers. You wasn't around for that. I had a relationship with that brother. I spoke to him a lot. And before I started my live on a Sunday, I called him and said, yo, we got to fight? He said, nah, Slim, nah. I said, why not? What happened? Yo, Pops don't want to do it. I said, really? He said, yo, man, you know I want it. You know Gary want it, but nah, man. Pops don't want it. I said, damn it. Well, had to move on. That's what happened, Delano. You wasn't around when that happened. We was just coming out of the pandemic. The fighters were still fighting in the bubble. Exactly, Brother Lamar. Gary Anton got Buelo problems. Please stop talking, brother. It's a glorified minstrel show. I watch all you knuckle draggers talk crazy. Shut up, man. That's not you know how you, listen, earn the fight. Because these dudes haven't done enough. Debo paid the price. He literally paid the price. Now, I thought that Eddie Hearn and Lewis Crocker were going to be the piece to the puzzle that would be the most difficult. Delano, I'm not dealing with you this morning, but you were not around back then. I'm not lying. Look at the chat. I'm not lying. That fight was available, and Team Russell said no. Look at the chat. People were here. You were not here at that time. Slick Tom in that super chat, he says, Dev sent Gary a contract and Gary still declined. I was on the phone with Batman and he said, yo, Pop said he don't want to do business. That's what happened. The fight never happened. I'm not talking about who wins. I'm not talking about who wants the smoke or not. The father who was in charge of that whole clan, because it's a clan of them. It's a whole clan. He said no. That's why they never fought. It wasn't DHP. It was Team Russell. That's it. That's what happened. That's it. No, see, Delano, see, there it is right there. Debo ain't got to give anybody a shot but who he wants to give now. And right now, Gary hasn't done anything. He's fell out of graces. Inactivity. I'm not saying the man can't fight. He's hot and he's cold as far as career. Who is he fighting next? He looked outstanding in his last performance. But what's next for him? Where's he ranked? What's he doing? What weight is he fighting at? 26, 30, 35? What's he doing? We don't know. But it's not about him. Because he's not at 147. So we can't talk about him. I use him as an example because when Devin was moving through the ranks, he was trying to get these names. And everybody that Devin didn't get a hold of, it was their fault. That's why we call him Debo. Because nobody wants it. Piddle fisting chinny Devin Haney is out here bullying these dudes. Now back to Eddie Hearn. I said, man, he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna take Crocker and market him and start talking about seat sales, and he's gonna move him all around the world. I thought the easiest match to make would be Rolly Romero. Rolly has talked so much shit about Devin since 35. No, Delano, and I say this respectfully, fuck Gary Russell. He got to get back into good graces with his supporters. And I say this respectfully. I'm not saying fuck him because I don't like him. He's a cool dude. What I'm saying is fuck him right now because he's nowhere near where Devin is right now. For what? Why do you want him to fight him so bad? There's food on the table. Fighting Gary Russell right now is a step backwards. Devin is making history. He's cementing his legacy. Gary is known. He's not even. Dude, pull up the rankings and find Gary Russell. You do it. I'm not doing it. Where's he ranked? What weight is he fighting at? Mr. Gary Russell. And I'm not saying fuck him because I don't like him. I'm saying in Devin's position, fuck him because I'm doing other things right now. Fuck him because I'm doing other things. I'm not saying I don't like Gary Russell. I met him. He's a great dude. Had a long conversation with him. But right now, no. Devin's doing other shit. He's at 147, full-blown welterweight. And by the way, people are saying he's still too big. I don't know what this infatuation with Mr. Gary Russell is with you, brother. But he's not in the mix right now. Right now, the mix is 147. All three of these dudes are on the hit list. All of them. All of them. So they have a verbal agreement. Yeah, you want to get smoked in Belgium? I'll come out there. I think what Eddie Hearn was hoping was he was hoping that Bill would have got into it with him right there. Oh, whoa, what we got to go to Belgium for? Why we got to go to Belgium? Nope. He said, oh, Belgium? Okay. That's cool. Nothing. Oh, so that's not a problem? If something else arises from that, you know, at this point, you know it's not DHP. At this point. You know it's not that. Tone said he's ranked number 10 in the WBC at 130. Womp womp. There goes that. Now, if all these cats find a way to duck him and Gary gets a contract and he accepts, what are they going to say about Debo? Oh, he's bullying a smaller guy from 130. As if Tank hasn't done that. Yeah, I broke the Tank glass. Because he's a part of this conversation. The coward that he is. Because although Rolly has a belt and he's scared to death, they still want that Tank Davis smoke. And magically his fans are saying, what now? Dev's too big. Who is better, Gary or Stenolis? I don't know who that is. Do you mean Stanionis? I don't know. Dude, I'm not talking about Gary Russell, brother. I'm talking about this. Stay on topic. I don't know what this infatuation with Gary Russell is with you. But you'll talk about that somewhere else. When Gary does something to make me talk about him, I'll speak on it. He's ranked number 10 in the WBC. If he gets a belt at 130 and then wants to jump to 35 and fight Tank, I'm with it. Outside of that, I'm not talking about Gary today. We're talking about this. What will stop Undisputed at 147? Well, so far, it's not Louis Crocker of all people. It's this Rolly Romero kid. Slow motion. Oh, Belgium, Belfast, same shit. Who cares? All those people look alike, right? Like we all look alike. Eddie Hearn didn't know he was talking to Blue Blood when he asked him about the Deontay Wilder AJ fight. He told Blue Blood, let's see a contract, let's see proof of funds. 2 weeks later, the same brother with the same hat asked him the same question because he's told Blue Blood one thing and told IFL something else. And he asked him to clear it up. He said, I never asked to see a contract. I never asked to see proof of funds. I said, did he realize he was talking to the same person? Or do we all look alike? So Belfast, Belgium, who the fuck cares? Same thing. It's not America. And Devin's willing to go over there and fight. He's willing to go over there and fight. And nobody is accrediting this kid. But you know what? Debo already knows what it is. Your boos mean nothing because he already seen what you cheer for. One more time. Your boos mean nothing because he already seen what makes you cheer. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Pillow Fist, right? Chinny, right? Highest paid on the card. Aha, he's not the main event. $12 million. Highest paid on that card. He was highest paid on the Brian Norman card when he fought Brian Norman. On the undercard, he was the highest paid on that card. He was also the highest paid on the Fatal Fury. I don't care if he was an opening fight. So y'all could laugh, but he's laughing all the way to the motherfucking bank. Pillowfish, right? Chinny, right? But nobody wants to fight him. It's not matching. All y'all are left with is insults. And that's falling short. You can't insult his pockets. You can't insult his skill set. And whoever you root for, they're not even walking in his shadow. They're not doing what he's done. He's legitimately his own boss. And he's running around chasing everybody and everything. You could be walking down a block with Devin, having a conversation. Next you know, he take off running. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. What happened? Do you see that dude over there? What? I thought he had a belt. Dev, you gotta chill. Now I'm saying, I thought he had a belt though. Dev, you gotta chill. Because Dev is like that. And your favorite fighter can't hold a stick to what he's doing. None of them. Now there was cats talking about Rolly. Oh, you saw what he did to Ryan. Rolly. Well, guess what? Rolly's supposed to be next up. And what's Rolly doing?
What the fuck you talking about? I mean, his father called me out. Bill called me out. Devin didn't call me out. What the fuck you talking about? What are you I don't want to fight him. I mean, what? I fight him and he's going to be suing me for the next 5 years? The fuck you talking about?
Why y'all listening to this kid? What the fuck? We're the people saying, no, Rolly. You got retard strength. You could beat this kid. Do y'all understand that Rolly is ducking Dev? Y'all understand that? I really thought Lewis Crocker was going to be the difficult part. I said, oh boy, here's the part where Eddie Hearn's going to start talking about this guy is this amazing athlete and he sells out Belgium or wherever the fuck, in Ireland or wherever the fuck. This is what I thought we was going to deal with. I said, man, he's going to be the last piece of the puzzle, and it's going to take us all year long because no one's going to hold Eddie Hearn or this dude who we don't even talk about in America accountable. He's going to stick him in somehow in Ireland. But see, here's the problem. That's under the old regime. And I got to get out of that mindset, and I got to get y'all out of that mindset. The old way of doing things was marketing scheme, which Matchroom was very, very good at. See, in the old regime, Devin wouldn't be where he is. He'd get frozen out. Do y'all understand that almost happened to him? If there wasn't no Turkey Island Sheik just popped up. And y'all had to put your boots on. Y'all had to grind. Brian says he don't like that name Debo because he got knocked out in the end. That's debate, brother. That's debate. Because there's fantasy and reality. And that's debate. Who's going to knock out Debo? You get it now, Brian? Who's gonna take the bait? That's the bait. You get it now, Brian? Now again, Brian Norman was supposed to be that dude. And the more I look at it, I think, looking at these guys right here, I think Brian Norman is the second best welterweight in the world. Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. Brian Norman knocks out Rolly, bro. Brian Norman knocks out Mario Barrios. Now, I don't have no data. I don't have no data on Lewis Crocker. But I'm just going to say that Brian knocks him out. Salute, Coach. Yeah, and I want to add something to that. I want to add something to that because in the sequel, Debo came back looking for smoke. How did Craig win in that first fight? Did he not take a foreign object and hit Debo upside his head? That wasn't a fair one. It was a street fight, but that wasn't a fair one. He took a brick and hit him upside his head, did he not? Right. So nobody really wasn't seeing Debo unless they did something. Feel me? New Fat Boy, salute. So I think Brian Norman is the second best welterweight in the world. How crazy would it be if Brian Norman, if all this ducking that they do, Brian Norman becomes somebody's mandatory. He gets in there with let's say he gets a Rolly fight. Rolly's not fighting Devin. What's he doing, bro? Because unification is supposed to trump mandatories. This is why y'all breathe life. You can't justify these cats ducking Devin and then in the same breath say, nah, I'm not fucking with Dana White and Saudi and KO magazine, TKO, whatever the fuck it is. You can't be pro-Duck and Dev and anti-Saudi. It doesn't make sense. You know what the funniest thing in the world in New York for me was? To this day it is. I grew up around a bunch of hard-body karate Nick fans. A bunch. They hate, let me tell you, I firmly believe if there was no Bulls in the 90s, the Knicks would have probably gotten to the finals more than once and probably would have got one ring, maybe one, maybe. But you know why I'm mentioning this? Every Knicks fan that would argue with me about the Bulls, I'll be talking about just what I see. I'm like, yo, look, man, they ain't gonna do it. There's just something over there in Chicago, bro. And then, you know, the Knicks, they just self-destruct. It's crazy, bro. Whole time they fussing with me, you know what I would do? I would look down at their feet, because guess what they had on the whole time they fussed with me about Michael Jordan?
Whoa!
Go! You're wearing this man's sneakers and you're talking to me about the Bulls ain't shit. Please shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Bro, shut up.
Shut the fuck up!
Shut up with this Jordan stuff.
Shut up!
Shut up. You hate Jordan. You're foaming at the mouth. You have on his sneakers. And Ewing had a pair of kicks back then. He had a pair of kicks. You don't mean that. Delano, Brian Norman Jr. is better than Speedy Rashidi. He knocks him out. Where's Speedy Rashidi Ellis rank right now? Case closed. Thank you. We're dealing with the facts. Brian Norman Jr. is the best welterweight next to Devin Haney. I'm looking at the champions. He knocks out Mario Barrios. He knocks out Rolly Romero. And I have no data on Lewis Crocker, but I'm going to say he knocks him out. Fuck that. But what I'm saying is if Devin ain't shit, I don't know why people have so many questions about him, like those questions are not unanswered. What is your problem? What is your problem? And you take a maniacs, y'all can stop this Rolly Romero shit by just saying, I accept. Fuck that, Dev, let's get it. No, now y'all motherfuckers talking about how Tank is too small. I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all. He wasn't too small at 35. As a matter of fact, Devin, the best time for any of these clowns that have gotten Devin was at 35. Devin get on the goddamn scale looking like Skeletor. It scared the shit out of me. He looked like Michael Jackson when he turned into a zombie in Thriller. And Devin wasn't even born when that came out. He be on the scale talking about doom, 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 doom. I'm like, nah, I don't like this, man. Get out of 135, kid. But he never missed weight. He too big, but he never missed weight. You know who did miss weight? Shakur. You know who did miss weight? Tank. On the way out, he gave Shakur an opportunity. Shakur said, I know my worth. I'm not fighting. That's not enough money. Money. But meanwhile, Dev is going all the way over to fucking Australia as the B-side, belt collecting and defending. And he says, all right, man, this is my last hoorah. You remember when Shakur said he's going to be drained? Remember that? Rubbing his hands together like Birdman? He's going to be drained. Okay, well, highest payday, first time on pay-per-view. In one fight, you could become undisputed. What more do you want? You want him to fight with one hand behind his back? He was going to be drained. What happened? You know your worth? Well, what happened? You fought Edmund De Los Santos in a stinker. You didn't make as much money as Devin was going to get you. And ESPN shit on you. They show people leaving the damn stadium. Good job, bro. And you better not fuck around and lose to Teofimo Lopez, bro. Because I'm just going to say what happened. My brother Kevin, that super chat salute, he says LeBron kids were wearing Jordan shoes on the night LeBron broke Kareem's scoring record. Think about that. LeBron breaks Kareem's scoring record. His kids are wearing Jordans. Let me tell you something. The Knicks fans was the most bipolar. Man, I can go on and on about New York fans. I live here, bro. I listened to sports radio way before the internet. I mean, these people needed therapy then. That's why I'm saying this shit on the internet is actually for real with these people. Crazy. Yo, look, man, I'm not attached to this fight. I'm not. Look, Teofimo's a racist asshole who contradicted himself. I'm not too thrilled on Shakur either. I'll talk about that during the week. I ain't forget what he done. I ain't forget what he said. But at this point, he's here. All he has to do is perform, right? All right. He getting there, fuck around and lose. Hey, I'm just going to say what happened. Get mad at me. It doesn't change how I feel about Teofimo. It doesn't change how I feel about Shakur. If he wins, he wins. I personally think it's going to be boring because y'all don't like boxing, right? Y'all don't like boxing. I'm not talking about y'all in the chat, but I'm saying the D watchers. Y'all don't like boxing. It's going to be a chess match. And Teo's going to try and walk him down in spots. It's not going to work. And somebody's going to win split decision. It's going to be a split decision. But the people that are going to be in their feelings and the loudest about it, they don't know how to score a boxing match. They don't know the 4 criteria, so I'm not even going to waste my time. But I'm not, whatever. I'm going to watch it, but I'm not like, oh, Shakur, you got to win. No. Whatever happens in this fight happens. I really don't care. But Shakur got a lot to lose. Teo lost already. In fact, Teofimo was more comfortable going into this fight. Shakur got more to lose. He better win. Because I'm going to remind y'all of what... Look, I don't forget things. I'm going to take y'all back down on a short memory lane. I don't forget things. Now all he has to do is perform. You done talked all this shit, and now you're in a position where you're getting the money you want, you're getting the notoriety that you want. And I was at that presser. Let me tell you something. Shakur's not small, bro. He's bigger than Teo. He can make 147. I repeat, he can make 147. I don't want to hear it, bro. Get your ass up to 47. Ain't shit popping at 40. Not for you in the way you was talking. More on that some other time. Young Abel in that super chat, he says, watch me wear Reggie Miller jersey to Rucker Park against Ack Reacher. You'll see a riot. Don't do that. Well, actually, the kids, they wouldn't remember the significance. An OG might run and try and chase you off the park. Don't do that, though. So what's the hold up at 147? You know what we can say? We can say that it's not Devin. What's all the ducking about? Why isn't there 1,000 videos about Rolly ducking? He's on record saying, oh, what the fuck? When I fight Devin, I fight him and I beat him. He gonna be suing me for the next 5 years? What, you got jokes, nigga? Can I ask y'all a question? Is this dude in any position to try and clown anybody on anything? Rolly? Man. Do I need to go back and watch the Eastside Cruz fight? You and you're talking, bro? Do I need to go back and fight and watch the Barossa fight? That old head went upside your head and you was looking nervous. Like, what the fuck? This dude could crack? Yeah. I ain't go back and look at that. They need to go back and watch the Tank Davis fight. Nyah, nyah. Counter. Boxing 101. You threw a wild punch and Tank countered, and you are laying on the second rope waiting for the goddamn 619, waiting for Rey Mysterio to come in and kick you in your face. This dude has had the shit knocked out of him several times. We've watched it. And not one time did anybody say that he needs to retire and he's done. You notice that? Because that conversation is reserved for black fighters. Deontay's done. Devin's done. Meanwhile, he ain't been knocked out. Everybody's done. He's done. Devin's done. Deontay's done. He's done. Done, 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 done. Right. Now he beats Ryan Garcia. And all of a sudden, you're walking around with that old school hardcore championship. All of you are. You know what, Rolly? You ain't fighting Devin. Drop the belt. And to you brainiacs out there, I'll reiterate it so you can understand me. You cannot be anti-Devin and anti-Riyadh season. If you justify people moving away from Devin for whatever reason, and they have a belt, you can't get mad at Dana White and what they're trying to do. Because you know what? Devin could go work with them and be very comfortable. Why? He's a major player over there. All of y'all have to catch up to him. Your favorite fighter, your favorite fighter is nervous. They don't even want to go over there. You're holding on to worthless belts. Salute to Lamar and that Cash App. Salute, brother. He says, keep preaching the truth. He says, keep preaching the truth, bro. Drew, 100, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Lamar. Thank you. Only know how to do it one way. Only know one way to tell you, and that's the truth. I don't like Saudi. I don't like what Dana White's about to do. They're going to kill the Muhammad Ali Act. Yo, you want me to get technical? If you supported a fighter not fighting their best competition prior to Riyadh season, Then you killed the Muhammad Ali Act, you asshole. You did it. You were as wrong as selling crack in Harlem in 1987. That's how wrong you are. That's how wrong you are. You are that wrong. I always said, they keep all this ducking and dodging. You complain about the sanctioning bodies, but you give them power. I don't like what Suleiman's doing. I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. It's time for Loma to fight Devin. Oh, man, don't nobody want to see Devin. Well, he's the mandatory franchise. That's not fair to Devin. So what, man? Devin's boring. Okay, that's how y'all moving? That's how y'all moving? Devin said, I never let a white boy beat me. And he said it on 78's channel. You know, the YouTube channels that nobody watches because we're not real journalists and shit like that. Remember that? That next day, he was made to apologize. Ryan went on a whole racist tirade on multiple platforms, and right now people are treating him like he ain't say anything that he said. He did say, "Hey man, nah, I was on shrooms with my friends." So wait a minute, you admitted that you was on drugs? What? I have that on video. I'm looking around when he said it. I looked around like, what? And I'm looking around like, oh shit. I didn't want to blow him up because I'd have scared him off. You see, when you're media, you want to get these clowns to talk as much as possible, which he did. I'm looking around saying, y'all didn't, he just said, so no one's going to say anything. It's got to be the hair. It's got to be the hair. Clown ass dudes, man. I swear to God. Eric Jordan has super chat. He says, Roly Poly went good night. And then he had to give Miguel and Jerome that machine. Here this nigga go. His cheeks clapped for the rest of his life. He a sellout, a duck. Raccoons love that goddamn bukkake.
Bukkake.
All of them do. That's why they loving on Ryan. Skeet up the walls. Ryan Garcia, but right now as it pertains to this situation, the world of boxing should be dragging Rolly Romero. I want y'all to reverse the roles. If Devin was babysitting a belt and they asked him about fighting anybody, any one of these three dudes here, and he said, why fight them? For what? For what, man? I'm doing my own thing over here. For whatever his reason is. Every goddamn form of media would be dragging him. What would my chat look like right now? What you got to say about Devin? Wasn't there some dude sounding like the Ultimate Warrior on Champ's side about a month ago? I'm from Beaumont, nigga! Speak to me, Warriors! I'm from Beaumont, nigga! Get out of here, nigga! Nigga. Champ's side standing there. He's looking at the screen. He says, you know what, bro? Turn your camera on. Why I gotta turn my camera on? His whole outlook changed. You know why? That was a white guy. I'm from Beaumont, nigga. Ask about me, nigga. He can't talk me down. He can't knock me down. He had Brian O'Madone. He couldn't finish him, nigga. Salute Nick J. Boxiana. I love you, nigga. And then ran off the phone. So Champ was like, why you leave? Come back. And dude came back. Then he toned it down. Then he got hype again. But you know what I did hear him say? Devin think he tough. He need to fight Rolly, nigga. I'm like, when the fuck did Rolly become this threat? As a matter of fact, Rolly is the weakest link. This man been stopped twice and hurt several times. He's been stopped twice and hurt several times. None of you niggas said he need to hang it up. None of you said that. Do y'all know he talks to Rachel Donaire? And I asked her after the Cruz fight, I said, that boy okay? She told me, yeah, he's had a headache for a week. Isak fucked him up, bro. I said, man, he might want to consider hanging it up, man. I mean, that hurt. Isak was trying to kill him, and he almost succeeded. Y'all remember him after the fight?
Yeah, what the fuck you talking about? You know, like it's like Jesus Christ. You know, he'll resurrect and he'll come back. You know, like I'll resurrect like Jesus Christ. I'll come back. What the fuck you talking about?
I said, yeah, get him to the hospital. Get him to the hospital now. Slick Tom in that super chat, he says, ain't Shakur Puerto Rican? Brother, wait till I give you my opinion on this whole thing. Shakur ain't off the hook, bro. I ain't forget that. I ain't forget that. I did not forget that. I did not forget that. I did not forget that at all. I almost said something Wednesday. Ain't this supposed to be about Puerto Rico versus Honduras? What? Where's the flags, bruh? Where's the flags? And that was my only thing about him. I said, hey, wait a minute. How come he wasn't waving that Boricua flag in the Olympics? That's all I asked. And then I said, well, he didn't do it then. Why is he waving it now? My point was, it seemed like a marketing scheme orchestrated by Top Rank. They say, yo, look, your style of fight is not pleasing, but you want to capture a Latino audience because the Latino audience is so big. And I got offended because I'm like, yo, why they always undermining the black fan base? You don't have to go, look, I didn't know if he was Puerto Rican or not. But that's irrelevant. I said, why you got to undermine the fan base that you that more identifies to you and supports you? I said you're abusing and you're pump faking the Latin fan base. That's not right. You're undermining the fan base that you clearly cater to the most or support you the most. And you want to market scheme the Latino fan base. That's not right. That's all I was saying. Y'all should have saw some of the niggas attack me in the DM over that. Completely misunderstood what I was saying. What if I went pro and next thing you know, I'm walking to the ring with a goddamn Cuban flag? Ain't y'all gonna be like, huh? Hey, Drew, listen, where'd that come from, bro? I'd have a lot of explaining. Yeah, well, my father's cousin's sister's brother's uncle's roommate is Cuba. They're from Cuba. So, yeah. What? Well, we followed you for about 5 years online, and you've never said that. Why now? And all of a sudden, I just want to fight in Florida, but I'm from New York. Why now? Oh, wait. You signed a Top Rank, Drew? Oh, I see. You kind of look like King Kong Ortiz. Oh, I see. I see. Marketing scheme. Pimp the fans. That was my problem. Somebody put up a poster, great Latin fighters. And Shakur was in the middle of that poster. It looked odd. I was like, where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? It looks strange. I said, what the fuck? So wait a minute. Him versus Oscar Valdez. That was Puerto Rico versus Mexico? That's what that was? What the hell was that? That ain't right, man. But, you know, people got mad at me. Y'all should have saw my DMs. Oh, Drew, I know you was like that. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Did you even know did you know that until he said it? There are light-skinned niggas that got curly hair. And there's nothing Latin about them. And no, they're not mixed. Their hair just grow like that. There's something in their bloodline that's a little tainted. That's fine. But there's nothing. Oh my God, bro. Y'all know the term mulatto? Y'all know that?
I got a friend. When we out chilling, I can't tell you how many times, like since the 80s, people will walk up and they just start talking Spanish to him. He'll like, yo, I'm not, you know, the main Latino out here in New York is Puerto Rican. He'd be like, yo, I'm not Puerto Rican. Oh, sorry. His mama white. That's it. He got black, sleek hair. And he does look Latino, but his father's black. His mama white. He just looked like that. That shit used to get him annoyed. Like, yo, that shit always happens. I said, well, bro, you know, you do kind of, you know, you could say you one of, you could say you one of them, and they totally believe you. You ever went up to, you ever saw a Latin person try and talk their native tongue to who they thought was another? No, let's say the person is Latin, but they don't speak Spanish. There's a lot of that in New York too. They're born and raised here. They don't speak Spanish. The look that they get, they're like, man, God, how do you not speak your native language, man? You're out of touch. They look at them like how Africans look at African Americans. Why you do that to me? How you look like that to your white nose and you don't speak Ghanaian? You do what part of the continent are you from? Like, motherfucker, from the Bronx. What do you mean? Oh. Why you say that to me? Man, boy, get out of my face, man. I'm American. Eric Jordan in that strong house. He's in the strong house, man. Salute to you, Eric, man. I appreciate you. Always supporting. Thank you so much, brother. Get out of here, man. That's not us with this shit, man. New York is a melting pot. I got Italian friends, Jewish friends, Haitian friends, African friends, Black American friends. I didn't know what racism was until I left the city. And I said, man, I'm going back. This is a fucked up nation, bro. All of us, we got older and left the city and came back. We were like, yo. America is scary. Crazy place. One of my buddies is Italian and Puerto Rican. His younger brother looks more Puerto Rican. He looks more white. And the shit that he told me when he gets around other Italians, he's like, man, he said, you couldn't have been standing there. You couldn't have been standing there. He said, God damn it, man. BFTB, salute. Andrew 100, salute. He was like, man, this is some fucked up shit. And then he said, then they look at me and be like, yo, you're mixed, aren't you? He said, they were like, yo, you look like something else. I'm like, man, I say, yo, that's a scary thing when the magnifying glass gets shined on you, right? He's like, yo, it's very uncomfortable. Yeah, he told me this. But anyway, I'm going to get at Shakur. I'm going to remind y'all, because people, they already asked me, yo, you got Shakur, man? How you got? I'm like, yo. Whatever happens in that fight happens. Whatever happened in that fight happens. I'm not attached to anything. If Shakur wins, he wins. I want him to win, but I'm not going to be, upset and pissed off if he loses. I'll do that on Wednesday. I'll talk about that Wednesday. But tomorrow is Monkey Tuesday, so you already know who's on the chopping block. You already know. Eric Jordan, back in that super chat, he says, that was Miguel and Jerome in the Machine versus the power of the Ninja Sword.
Give power to my nigga sword!
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Anyway, back on task. What will stop Undisputed at 47? Well, right now, it's Rolly Romero of all people. But here's the question, though. I want to know why the boxing world isn't dragging Rolly Romero for being ducked. Nobody cares about Undisputed anymore. If Tank Davis was running around belt collecting, y'all be all for it. Guess what? Guess what? If he showed balls, Turkey would be trying to get him on board. Like, yo, man, you working. I got money for you. Come get this bread. You're doing a good thing. Y'all celebrate ducks? That's what we doing? Eric Jordan back in the damn super chat. He says the power and fury of the niggas. The niggas saw it. Knock the 3 out.
Then let him taste the fury of my nigga sword!
Bang. Yeah, Monkey Tuesday is gonna be lit. Monkey Tuesday is gonna be lit. I'm putting together this meme. Oh boy. Yo, can we say Rolly Romero's holding up the division? Can we say that? We can say that now, right? Rolly Romero and his coward ass is holding up the division. And you see, again, to support this behavior is to support TKO. To support this behavior is to support TKO. You can't support this just because you don't like Devin and then get mad at Dana White wanting to get his thing popping and kill the Muhammad Ali Act. You can't get mad. That's why I look at Oscar and be like, yo, bro, what you justified Devin Haney getting ducked by Tio. But then you want to talk bad about Dana White and what he's trying to do? No, you support that behavior. Dana White saying, nah, man, if Rolly is here and it's time for him to fight Devin, they fighting, bro. No, but the Muhammad Ali Act. That's bad for business. You know what's bad for business? Being offered $11 million and saying no because you didn't like the style. But this nigga told me, oh, well, there's motion in it now, right? Is it? Well, you tell me. No, you tell me. No, you tell me. And just when I was about to cook his ass, they packed up the goddamn, bro. I said, yo, if y'all were there, because as I'm talking to him, I'm lining them up for questions. The security, there was 3 of them. There was one on his left, one on my right, and there was a guy like, there was 3 of them there. He was like kind of like, but when they saw, I was getting like, not like intimidating aggressive, but I was about to ask some hard questions. Because the next question was, wasn't there motion more or less in your favor at 135 for Undisputed? There was the motion right there. As a matter of fact, you had 3 belts. So you were the quote-unquote A-side. And by the way, shout out to Riyadh season, because there ain't no A-side, B-side over there. You see, you niggas are still, you still stuck in that PBC frame of thought. Get out of that. That shit over. That shit is over. Get out of that frame of thought. It's over with. Will St. Clair, salute. That's weird. StreamYard doing something strange right now. Yeah, I'm trying to find. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, there you go. Found you. Okay, gotcha. Salute. Is any of this making sense? Is any of this making sense? Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. Listen, man. Anybody that doesn't see I keep it simple here. I don't need to get on some outer space shit. I don't need to pull out no chalkboard. They even do chalkboards anymore. No marker boards and do this Reed Richards math and carry the one. Listen, I'm gonna keep it very simple. If you don't see the logic in what I'm talking about, your mama got nappy skin. You're a dirtbag. Do y'all understand that y'all created Debo Dev? Y'all are just as stupid as these niggas running around talking about, yo, I hate my baby mama. Nigga, she's pregnant now with child number 7. All of the little motherfuckers is yours. You've been hating her for 11 years. Why do you keep sleeping with her? Unprotected. Matter of fact, fuck unprotected. Why do you keep sleeping with her? Nah, man, nah, you know what I mean? No, I don't. English. Y'all are that stupid. If y'all was superheroes, y'all be called super stupid. You fly backwards and punch old bitches in the face and give the criminals the purse or something. Y'all are just ridiculous. I keep it very simple here. I ain't got to do no dick math that these niggas be doing on the other channels, whatever the fuck they do. Yo, no, keep it simple. If Devin Haney has pillow fists and he's chinny and he's unexciting, why is he the hottest ticket in boxing right now? Why? Why is your favorite fighter, I don't give a fuck who it is, why is your favorite fighter not fighting this guy? Why? Because according to what y'all say, Devin was supposed to be dealt with at least 4 years ago. You can't unsee the Ryan Garcia fight? Fine. I can't unsee drugs or nothing like that. Okay, well, we wanted to run it back, right? What happened? Ryan don't want it. And if he beats Mario Barrios, watch him not fight. He gonna do something stupid like drop the belt, say Devin ain't shit, I beat him already. This clown is still on social media. Do you know they asked him about Janabek? The audacity. The audacity. My brother Phyllis Nunez, he says, sucked hearing Shakur say he was little for 47. Bro, check this out, Felix. It was crazy. You sort of stay down. He's mad big. But never mind that. He said he's so nice with it. He said he's so nice with it that he in the Breakfast Club interview. He said, I'm so nice with it. I just do this. I just do this. I'm so nice with it. I just do this. Translated to me at any weight. That's what he said. That's how I translated it. But Devin was supposed to be drained at 35, and then when you had a chance to fight him, you said no. Devin is chasing legacy. The money came with it. This was the result. You chase, you belt collect. And then Turkey Al-Sheikh seemingly came out of nowhere and saw his efforts and paid him his worth. None of these guys could say that they did that.
None of them. T.O., you was offered 11 milli or 6 milli, whatever it was. You still said no, nigga. And now you're going to tell me there's more motion in this? No, there was motion in this at 35, win or lose. There was motion in it. You ain't want to do it. You ain't do it because you ain't want to do it. Because you's a pussycat. How could I believe what you say when I seen what you do? I seen it. I'm gonna talk about, yeah, man, due to the rules, Bud was not undisputed. You paid a sanctioning fee on a franchise status. You paid a sanctioning fee on a brand new concept. Why don't you tell Mauricio Silliman, no. I want to pay on a sanctioning fee on a real belt. Oh, well, Devin Haney got the real belt because Loma vacated. Okay. I want to fight for the real belt. Loma ducked him. I'm chasing legacy. So if he ducked him, let him take that. Devin's the real champion now. I want the real champion. Nobody would have looked at you strange. But you said it, T.O. Your whole purpose since 2018 was to freeze Devin out. That's why I shout out Turkey Al-Sheikh. Because he made sure none of that happened. He rewards the work. You remember I did a live stream, said boxing needs to die. It needs to burn. This is what I was talking about. Listen, man, that sounds bad with the Muhammad Ali Act, but you know what? Y'all made this bed. Now y'all got to lay in it, man. I told y'all not to fuck that bitch. She got the monster. I told y'all not to fuck that bitch. She got several. You don't see those several kids in there? All them niggas, none of them niggas look like her, and none of them niggas look alike. You heard what I just said? None of them niggas look like her, but none of them niggas look alike. And you still went up in there because you got a fat ass? What's wrong with you? Mr. Shelton needs 18 subs to get to 500. Y'all stop what y'all doing. Click on his name and go subscribe to Shelton. He be having those hilarious ass shorts. He need 18. Let's get him that today. Let's go. Click on his name, click the link, get him that, get him 20 today. His shorts are hilarious. He did a short, I think yesterday. I said, what is this? I see Turkey Al-Sheikh standing there next to Eddie Hearn, and Turk just starts choking him. I was like, oh! That was funny. That was funny. Go subscribe to Shelton. Get him 20 subs right now. Rod, what up, Rod? That shit was funny as hell. I was like, oh shit, he's choking him. Yeah, man. Y'all better wake up. We've done countless shows. BF has done it. I've done it. 78 has done it. Why do y'all hate Devin? What, Bill? Ignore Bill. Why y'all letting Bill get under your skin? Bill ain't in the ring. Bill just talking. Don't worry about Bill. Focus on Devin. Why don't you like Devin? That was the question. Why don't you like Devin? All I see is the work. When you start firing personal attacks like pillow fist and chinny, you can't back that up with nothing. When he fought Brian Norman, that shut all that shit down. Because again, he was supposed to get killed that night. But you know what? It's how uneducated you are. Y'all saw the betting odds? When all the dust settled? The betting odds told you, hey, man, Devin's the favorite. Y'all ain't want to listen. And I'm like, yo, listen, man. I don't know how. Listen, man. I don't know how. Look, salute to Brian Norman Jr. And I got a video coming up about, you know what? I might do a live about that.
Because I'm not going to let y'all niggas get away with this, man. Y'all better not abandon that king. I just said this morning. He's the second best welterweight in this division. He could beat Barrios. He could beat Ryan. He could beat Rolly. He knocks Rolly out violently. Violently. And Lewis Crocker, I'm going to do some research on him. But I'm going to lean towards Brian Norman. I don't like how y'all not talking about him now. I don't like how y'all not running around trying to get interviews with him and his dad right now. I don't like that. Brian Sr., I need you to keep talking, bro. Minor setback for a major comeback. You lost to the best in the game. You don't hold your head. Don't hang your head over that. I'm not saying they're hanging their head. I'm saying you need to be louder now. And I hope the brother understands that the love he was getting was fake. It was fake. But don't worry, I'm here to remind all of you. Y'all were never fans of that kid. And I'm calling all you clowns out for abandoning ship. I'm not gonna let you do it. That kid is too young and too talented. He's fucking strong. Fuck out of here. I see the play. And somebody black in the industry, they have to do something. I mean, the jig that they cut for me to abandon ship has to be as such where I have to like out and out say it. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of that was them getting caught up in the moment. Well, Junior was quiet. You know, he was just working. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Senior, you know, he made some mistakes as far as, you know, but this is a learning experience. But my attack is on the fake love. That's my attack. My attack is not on the normies. It's on the fake fucking love. These fans are sickening. It's called failing forward, y'all. Failing forward. And that kid is not done. And when he hangs it up, when you look at that box record and it says an L next to Devin Haney, he can say, I lost to one of the best in the game. That's it. That's it. And guess what? Him and Devin could meet again down the road. You know how boxing is. It is still a dangerous fight for Devin. And right now, those three clowns on the left side of the screen, and sorry but not sorry, Crocker, you just guilty by association. You rolling with Eddie Hearn, and you have a belt. You just in the way, man. Yeah, exactly, Phenomenal Mexican. You gotta be having lunch on your head for me to abandon you. Your eyes gotta be all bucked out your skull, and you gotta have a taco on your fucking head. Sucker ass nigga. Man, that motherfucker, he another little nigga. That motherfucker walked up, I looked at him. Yeah, he stopped short. He said, what's up to everybody around me? You know what it is. We ain't friends. You know what it is. You got to be ready to sell those cheeks. He cut such a jig, he got a deal out of it. You know how many niggas running around YouTube right now wanting that? All these niggas, Malacoon, all these niggas. The jigs they cut is phenomenal, which is why this Devin Haney situation is so refreshing. Because they talked all of that shit and all this kid does is win. You see that? And here we have him in a whole nother. The first fight at 147 was against the most dangerous puncher in that division. Now, what Tim Bradley and Sean Porter was saying, I looked at that, Snoop. What up? I looked at that, and then I saw the betting odds, and I say, wait, well, hold on. I know what I know. I'm no pro fighter, but I know what I know. And I said, why are they saying that? And it came out later why they were saying that. They're a bunch of jealous maniacs, you know, leave it to a nigga to behave like that. And nothing was matching up. So y'all ran behind the Desert Storm in the xenomorph mouth, getting chased by predators. He's chasing Ripley while the predators chasing him with all 69 teeth out his mouth. Talking about, I thought Devin was going to pull out the fight. No, you thought he was going to pull out the fight when he was whooping your ass at 16 years old in the gym. Shut up. Goat mouth. Shut up. Hating ass nigga. Tim Bradley with a biscuit on his head, on his shoulder, slurping, drinking chicken grease through a straw in a supersized cup, brushing his teeth with jelly while dancing in the darkest tap dance shoes. Talking about, yep, old man. Old man. Brian Norman gonna power box you, boy. As soon as he touch you, it's gonna be Ryan Garcia all over again. He's referring to a racist coward who's a ped user. It's gonna be Ryan Garcia all over again. What happened? Well, you see, I motivated him. Man, shut up, bro. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Debo. When he come on the block, y'all niggas tuck y'all belts like you tuck your chain. If Devin trash, why ain't no one jumping to fight him? Y'all see what? That's why I salute Brian Norman. Y'all see that? Because when his name came next, he said, let's get it. That's it. That's what I respect. I got more respect for Brian Norman Jr. than everybody on that fucking list. And think about the names that were before Brian. Boots was there. Teofimo was there. Tank was there. Huh? Broly wasn't even on the list. Man, listen, man. Dev is running around. Y'all remember Chris Jericho a few years ago? You just made the list. He's walking around like that. Y'all remember Bill Goldberg in the 90s? Oh, my memes are about to be sick. He gonna end these niggas' career like he did Bret Hart. Oh my God, my memes are gonna be sick. Goldberg kicking Bret in the face. Bret is Tank. Dev is Bill. No, you know what? Tank ain't even Bret. Bret had a phenomenal wrestling career. He has a body of work that is legendary. Tank ain't got that. And you know what makes me sick? And I'll talk about this more on Monkey Tuesday tomorrow. He had nothing but space and opportunity to at least try to do that. He didn't do it. There it is. Oh yeah, Bella, Andre Durrell, all these niggas is haters. All of them. Devin, like I said, I looked at the better odds. I said that the better odds make sense. But these goddamn niggas running around here, I'm like, I don't know what it is that they think Devin's gonna lose this fight. I don't see it. I don't see it. And then you find out, oh, these niggas are a bunch of haters. It's typical nigger nonsense. They wanted Devin to lose, bruh. And I don't get it. Well, I understand with Sean Porter. I understand with Tim Bradley. Because right now, Devin got a better resume than both them niggas. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar high-fived and hugged LeBron James when he broke his record. Kareem ain't on the court talking about, well, you know, it was a different time. I played in the 70s and 80s and 90s, some of the 90s, and it was a different time. It was a lot more physical game, and, you know, the illegal defense wasn't called. He didn't go through all of that. He got on the court, high-fived LeBron, and embraced him and said, congratulations, young brother. That's it. I don't hear Michael Jordan shitting on these kids. And when they ask him and try and trap him into saying something disrespectful, he goes a political route. Yeah, you know what? The game has changed, you know, and everything. You can't judge from what we used to do back then. The game is a game today, you know, and he's just great at what he does today. That's it. But these boxers, man, these boxers. You remember what Andre Durrell said after Wilder Fury 2? Oh, man, these niggas was talking crazy. As if they don't know what was going on. So where you niggas right now? Porter, Bradley, both the Durrells. Looking at Rolly saying, hey, man, this is a unification, bro. This is a unification. Hey, y'all niggas can't even say, yo, Rolly, beat Devin up for us, please. Y'all can't even say that? Y'all can't even say that. Yo, beat him up for us. Do it for us, man. We don't like him. Come on, Rolly, we'll roll with you. We don't like him. They even going to Ryan. Ryan, yo, you're winning the rematch. There's just something, styles make fights. You just have a style. Ryan told me my hand broke. And Turkey put that nigga in a title fight. Now, niggas is mad at that? Cool. But Turkey's giving him an opportunity. Okay, you ducking this guy, I'm going to give you an opportunity to win a belt. Your first belt, because this will be Ryan's first belt. Where you fighting Devin, there's going to be more on the line. And if he beats Barrios, I'm telling you right now, he's going to try his best. I don't know if he'll be successful, but he's going to try. Ryan's going to try his best to get out of that fight. He'll probably say something stupid. 47 too big. I gotta go up. Tell Devin to meet me at 156 or something stupid. He gonna start doing some stupid shit. He doesn't want to fight. He don't want to fight clean. Don't be surprised if Barrios whoops his ass. But Rolly? Ain't no one calling him a duck yet? We 48 hours out. Ain't no one calling him a duck? Fine. Where's Tim Bradley talking about Rolly, Rolly, Rolly? Oh, man. Rolly, come on now. Pass me that biscuit, please. Let me get a number 3 extra gravy. Oh, man. Come on, Rolly. Where's that? Where's the Portaway podcast? I'm sorry, the Portaway pod trash. Now, you know, Rolly, listen, man. Rolly, he could punch now. I mean, Rolly, he should take the Devin fight. Beaver head nigga. Get out of here. Look like a beaver with an afro. Shut up. And I don't know shit about no Lewis Crocker. But you on a chopping block because Rolly's a duck. Man, I gotta get out of here, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. Man, fuck these dudes. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.